Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. Happy New Year. A couple of things. I mailed out the mini catalogs last Thursday to the people who have spent with me in the last year. So it was first class, so it should get to you in the next couple of days. All right. I didn't have any of the Sale-A-Bration except for one for Carol. I gave you my copy because I just couldn't do it. I forgot it in my order and I couldn't pay $8 shipping for a $3 pack of catalogs. So if you still want one, when I do order, I will order a pack. But I sent the mini catalogs out already. All right, I don't have a host code right now, but I will put one on my Facebook group, which is In the Pink Designs by Cathryn Papercraft group, and I'll have one for my next video too. Okay, the new catalog starts today. If you didn't get your catalog, you can look at it at the products in it by looking shop products, and then at the bottom there's what's new, and it will come up in that. The Sale-A-Bration items, unfortunately this year they went up to $60 for one and $120 for the double things, but you can earn as many as you want. And two of the things I got were Friendly Seagull stamp set, which is adorable. I love this. And I got this paper for the summer or the spring, fruit salad 6x6 paper, which I really love. It's just, I just love stuff like this. So I don't know if I'll use it before Sale-A-Bration's over, but just for myself, I just love this. All right. And also this one was free with $120 purchase. This and the paper were $60 free. All right, so I'm using this stamp set today. Heart-shaped, it's called, along with the Stylish Shapes dies. All right, so my box measures 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 3/4. It opens like this. And inside I have 2 gummy bear packs. But you could put something, I mean this fits, but you could put something a little bit bigger in here because this kind of squishes down. So what we need for this project is some basic white for stamping. You get 2 of these out of each sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. We need a piece that is 8.5 by 5 1/4. I also used some Flirty Flamingo for the little label. Now this DSP was on sale last month. It's called Most Adored, which is from last year's paper, but this was only $3, and I was a fan of it. I'm not such a fan of the marbled. I think there's 2 pieces of marbled here. Yeah, these 2. And that's mostly what the new paper is in the mini catalog. So I decided I would just get this. I got a pack and I had plenty left over from last year because I really prefer this to this year's. I don't like all the marble. And the other side of it is pretty plain. I mean, it has little teeny patterns in it, but I figured, so if you still have this left from last year or anything similar, or you can use the new, you could put the marble on the background of this also. So we need 2 pieces that are 3 by 3 and 4 pieces that are 1/2 by 3 inches. All right, so let me get my Simply Scored. Okay, we're going to start on the 8.5 inch side, and you're going to score at 1/2, 3 3/4, 4 1/2, and 7 3/4. Turn it to the 5 1/4 inch side and score at 3/4, 4, and 4 3/4. All right, now fold and burnish all your score lines. All right, we have a 3/4 inch strip down here and over here, and a 1/2 inch strip on this side and all the way at the top. And this is what we're going to be doing. All right, so let's start over here. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up into that 1/2 inch rectangle. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut it to the first score line, wedge both sides of the square, and then go to this last score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge this square. All right, now turn it so that that 1/2 inch rectangle that was on the side is now on this side, and we're going to start over here. Go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, take off the rectangle, and wedge both sides of the square. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the second score line. Take off the bottom rectangle and wedge the square. All right, now we're going to take these 4 pieces off, and I do it just above the score line so that that comes off with the pieces so it's nice and smooth. All right, and then over this 1/2 inch rectangle over here at the end, just wedge up a little bit. Okay, and then the final thing we're going to do for now is to round the corners of this top piece, which is what's left of the top 1/2 inch rectangle. Okay, the other one's over here, and that's the top one. All right, and that's what your cardstock should look like when you're done. All right, I'm going to get my tear and tape, and I'm going to put it on what's left of this side 1/2 inch rectangle close to the score line. I'm going to take the backing off, and then I'm going to roll back because I went over a little. I'm just going to roll back this extra tape. Okay, then I'm going to flip it over and fold over the sides to meet. All right, this part with the seam is our back. So we're going to glue it so that this back flap goes down first. Okay, and that's your box. Now we need our DSP. The 2 big ones will go on the front and the back, and these will go on all the sides. Okay, now we'll let that dry and we'll do our stamping. So we need a good size, enough to fit the 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch square that we're going to cut using the stylish shapes dies, and we're using real red ink. Great. And then we need the little hello. I'm going to do this so that there is a little bit of room for my die to like maneuver it straight. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to take this die and just cut out the beginning, this piece, this side on the hello, and then I'm going to take the largest square and cut out the heart. All right, there we go. So now I'm going to get my box. All right, so now we have that, and now I'm going to make sure that my top is at the top, and I'm going to get some of the iridescent striped, they call it trim, but I think this is ribbon, and I'm going to tie it around the middle on the side, and I'm going to tie a bow on the left, pretty far over, as far over as I can get it on there. All right, and then we need some dimensionals for our heart. And then I'm just going to put this centered on here. Good. Okay. And then I'm going to leave a little bit of space after the hello on to kind of hang over the square. It's a little crooked. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue that on. And just leave a tiny bit of that end hanging off over the square. Okay, I love it. And for the final touch, I'm going to take some iridescent foil gems, and I'm going to be putting them around the heart. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. All my info is below. Please subscribe and hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. And I will see you next time. Bye.